Hey there, viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review and my final review of 2024. Yeah, it's scary to think that this year is almost over. But anyway, today's review is going to be on the second Transformer I got for Christmas this year. That being Legacy United G1 Optimus Prime. Now, this is kind of a special figure in the sense that this is meant to be a modern version of the G1 toy Optimus Prime. Kind of like Missing Link, except, not over 100 quid. Yeah, a lot of people get the name Missing Link at home, budget Missing Link for poor people. But honestly, I think that this is a pretty cool figure. Like, yeah, you can buy Missing Link, or you could be broke like me and you can get this guy. So, starting off with looking at the box. Well, of course, we've got the standard Legacy United packaging. So, of course, we've got Prime right here in its vehicle mode. G1 Universe Optimus Prime. I would have went with Toy Universe, to be honest, just a little cheeky reference, but Here we've got Prime right here, and yes, he is fully posable, obviously, but I kind of wish that they referenced the sort of like floating, jumping pose that he did in the G1 toy box art. But here we got his face, and he has the yellow eyes that the toy has, which is amazing. Of course, this side we got the standard mural with everyone. Got animated Prime about to strike Magnetron. The backup in both modes. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. And looking at the figure, well, this is obviously something for the 40th anniversary, but this is still a pretty cool figure. I mean, it's literally a modernized version of the original Optimus Prime toy. Especially because nowadays, most Prime toys are based on how he looks in the show. I mean, look at the Commander Class figure, which I seriously want to get, but I am not paying scalper prices. So to have a toy come along and be fully based on how the original toy looked, this is pretty cool. And yeah, like as I said, this is pretty much Hasbro's version of Missing Link, I guess. But, well, of course, this is at a deluxe price point. So it's not one-to-one of the original toy. For one, we do have the combat ports right here, which of course the original toy didn't have. But we do have a trailer hitch, so if you want to get like the Earthrise trailer, then you can just put that on, which I have seen pictures of that. It actually worked pretty well. The back, we have another port right there, when on the original toy it was just the two halves of the arms. Now, one similarity is the wheels are actually rubber, just like with Beachcomber and Ruckus. So that is pretty cool, although I have heard that with Beachcomber, the wheels, like the rubber can melt plastic, so yeah, be careful with that. I'm not sure if Primes can do the same, but again, just be careful. But, well, seeing how the wheels are rubber, he can roll really well. It's not like those plastic wheels where he can only roll like that far and that's it. No. He can roll the entire length of my desk here. Underneath is how you'd expect the bottom of the G1 Prime toy to look, so they replicated that pretty well. The front is a pretty faithful recreation. Of course, the headlights don't have holes in them because, of course, the fists are included in the figure. Although, it's different from how the Missing Link transforms, but still pretty cool. Of course, with the windows, and Well, this kind of opened just like the original toy, but instead of seats for Diaclone figures, we have the Matrix. I mean, okay, cool. Although, me personally, I would have included molded seats. Like, not actual seats, but just seats molded in. Just as a fun nod. Or maybe if it was possible, like, seats for Titan Masters. Just to reference the Diaclone figures being able to sit here. Like, yeah, the Matrix is cool, but that was a concept that was introduced 2 years after this toy came out. Well, the G1 toy. So, honestly, I would have ditched the Matrix and just modded in, like, seats here instead. But still cool how this can move down just like the original toy can. So, yeah. Of course, the arms, you can see how they transform the exact same way, where they just go out and then the shoulder moves out. The smokestacks are actually separate pieces now. So, I'm trying not to lose them. But if you want these to be handheld weapons, then, I mean, sure, why not? I'm not stopping you. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the truck mode. Like, of course, there's no trailer included, but if you want to use the air freight for one, as I said, then it does work pretty well. And well, for accessories, he comes with 2 guns, one of which being based on the original toy gun, and I think the other's based on how it looks in the show, I'm pretty sure. Either way, I'm counting this as a reference to the 2019 reissue, where he didn't have the trailer, but had 2 guns instead. And he comes with an axe, which, I mean, a few reissues of the Prime toy had the axe, so sure, why not? And for storage, well, the axe just goes into the trailer hitch here, like so. And these 2 ports here, just plug the guns onto here. And there you go. So if there's any like Decepticons from behind, and he can just shoot at them, I guess. Why not? And for plasma compatibility, yeah, these do take blast effects. So that's just pretty cool. Or at least this gun can take blast effects. Yeah, it seems only the toy gun can take blast effects. Well, this is the gun I use anyway. But, well, comparing him with how the original toy looks, we can just see how closely they tried to replicate it. Like, yeah, it's not 1-to-1 because obviously there's no rub sign on top, but you can probably like buy a rub sign in the replica and just stick that on top. But still, they did a pretty good job of replicating how the toy's meant to look. Like, seriously. From a glance, you probably wouldn't be able to tell. I mean, obviously, Missing Link does a much better job because that's pretty much 1-to-1, whereas this is a bit smaller than the G1 toy, but still, this is a pretty nice recreation. So, yeah. Now, I would have gotten out my cab for Ultra Magnus here, but honestly, I don't want to get my Magnus out for this comparison. Mainly because he's quite loose, so. And besides, it's nicer to compare with the actual Prime toy itself, so. There you go. But, well, moving on to the actual transformation, well, it's exactly what you think. Like, come on, we all know how Prime's toy is meant to transform, right? Legs go down, feet go, the feet transform as well. the arms go out, the shoulders move out, you plug in the hands, the head goes up. This transforms in nearly the same way. Like, and there are some key differences, but it does nearly transform in the same way. So to start off, we're just going to take the arms and just get them, just get the arms out. Then get the shoulders out, just like the original toy. Then, just like with the original figure, we get the legs down, and then fold the feet up. And then something new, we split the legs. A new step, just move down the headlights, and spin around the hands instead of plugging them in. So again, we just move down the headlights and spin them around to show the hands. And that replaces just plugging them in. And then you have a new step. Come around to the back, which is no longer hollow. We open up this back section, and now we can get the head up. And well, here we have Prime and Robot mode. And for full authenticity, there we go. So, here we have Prime and Robot mode. And again, it's a pretty faithful recreation. Like, yeah, the shoulders don't really have the things sticking out anymore, but honestly, it's quite cleaner looking now, because, of course, the backpack's no longer hollow. If anything, this is just a bit nicer looking. I just started coughing there, but like, of course you can't beat how the original figure looks, but I'm sure if they like just downscaled the original figure and just added some articulation at the missing link, then honestly, I feel like it would be a bit awkward. Because keep in mind, with the G1 toy, like if you turn the figure around, like, well, the back bit is see-through, whereas here the back is filled in. But still, they did replicate the figure pretty well. Like, look at the head. That's straight up G1 Prime's head. Plus, pretty sure got some light piping here. Yeah, you can kind of see it with the left eye there. Yeah, he's got some light piping, which is amazing. And if we look at the forearms, for example, so if we look at the shins and the forearms, they do have molded versions of the sticker detailing, which again is pretty cool. Now the missing link also had this, but still, pretty nice inclusion. And the feet has it as well. Now, of course, for accessories, of course, moving this down, the Matrix makes sense now, but I still kind of wish you just had the molded seats there. But, well, this Matrix can be removed. Although there is no way for him to hold it, so yeah, kind of a pointless accessory, to be honest. Well, of course, we can have him holding the axe, or we can have him dual wielding the gun, so it's like the 2019 reissue. Here we go. Like, I am certain they were trying to reference the 2019 reissue, because no trailer, 2 guns. Like, I'm sure one of them meant to be like, because I'm sure like they did redesign the gun at some point back in G1, so I think it's meant to replicate both guns. But like, what I'm going to do is just have one on the back here. I'll just put this in this hand for now. And then just give him the axe, because why not? And let's give him full articulation. Fully missing link him up. So yeah. And also, let's just compare him with the G1 figure. Yeah, pretty one-to-one. Like, obviously, these bits aren't painted to look like how they are the original toy, but still, pretty cool. Like, the fact that there at all was a pretty cool inclusion. And, like, seriously. Like, this figure is smaller by a bit, but I still like the dedication, and it's like Missing Link where, yeah, that's a one-to-one recreation that's just being given articulation. Just keep in mind, the Missing Link costs like 100-something pounds. And like, for Missing Link, they're doing it with other characters, whereas this is a one-off. So, yeah. But speaking of articulation, well, let's actually do that. Just keep in mind, back in G1, the articulation was shoulders, knees, feet, and that's about it. I guess that can move back as well. But for this figure, of course, he's got the standard articulation from modern Transformers. So he can look side to side, he can look up and down slightly. Of course, shoulders, they can move outwards, so he can T-pose. He's got elbows, which can swivel. Wrists can't really swivel out, unfortunately, which is a bit crappy, but oh well. If we lift up the front skirt here, and get these wheels out the way, waist swivel. So yeah, we got these wheels out the way. You can also do the splits. He can kick forward, he can kick back. He's got knees. Got a swivel there. Feet can move down. Pretty good ankle pivot. And the feet can also swivel. So yeah, you can get this guy into some pretty cool poses. And yeah, it's pretty cool to see the Missing Link posing, because again, that's meant to be a recreation of the G1 figure to a T, whereas this is just meant to homage how the G1 figure looks. But still, this is pretty cool. Like, you could recreate the G1 box art if you wanted to. I'm not going to do that right now, but I'll probably do that for the thumbnail. I'll just see if I can get it sounding right then, but still, this is pretty cool. And honestly, they probably won't do more like G120 inspired guys. Like, they'll do like decos, for example, like they did the Select Cyclonus, for example, which is in the toy colors, but they won't do fully toy inspired figures. Like, Takara definitely will, because we're getting a freaking Missing Link Sunstreaker soon. But for Hasbro, yeah, I don't feel like they're going to do any more toy-inspired figures. Well, I say that, we're getting freaking Gears and Bumblebee coming soon, so I may actually be wrong on that, but yeah. But, well, honestly, this is a pretty fun figure. It's a recreation of the G1 toy, which you can pose, and won't cost you a freaking arm and a leg. What more can I say? So, yeah. Now, I do have my complaints. Honestly, I would have dished the Matrix entirely, for example. And I do feel like some bits of articulation feel kind of awkward. For example, the waist swivel kind of feels a bit weird with these wheels in the way. Plus, I don't know how I feel about these smokestacks being removable. But I guess if you want these as like underslung guns, for example, then I guess why not? But still, this is a pretty fun figure. Will be for everyone. Probably not, but I love this figure. So yeah, do I recommend him? Absolutely. This is probably one of the best legacy figures that they've done. And honestly, this is just a really unique concept altogether. Like if you can't afford Missing Link, then this is a perfectly fine figure. So yeah. So this has been my review on a Legacy United G1 Optimus Prime, and this is Charlie Young signing off. And I'll see you in 2025.